way to add integers with different signs is by using counters, and we stated last time that the yellow is positive and the red is negative. Now when you have one positive and one negative, then that is called a zero pair. This is a zero pair. And that is because you start at 1 on your number line and you move 1 to the left in the negative direction, then you end at 0. Okay, so now we are going to model how to add integers by using counters. So first you get 3 yellow ones, because that is a positive. You get 3 yellow, 1, 2, 3. Then you get 2 negative, so 2 red. And then you find 0 pairs. So there will be your first 0 pair and your other 0 pair. So 0, 0, and then you have this 1 right here. So that means your answer is 1. So what is left when you remove the 0 pairs? 1 counter. And the counter is yellow, that means your answer is positive 1. Okay, so now we move to the next one. Model negative 6 plus 3. You start with 6 red counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to represent negative 6. And then you are going to add 3 counters. 1, 2, 3 to represent adding the positive 3. Now the next step is to form 0 pairs. So there's 1, 2, 3, and what is left after you remove from your 0 pairs? 1, 2, 3. So 3 counters, and they're red, therefore your answer is negative 3, because remember red, we said that red was negative. So you have 3 negative left, therefore your answer is 3. Go ahead and answer number 2 on your own. It says, make a prediction. Kyle models a sum of 2 integers. He uses more negative, so more red, counters than positive counters. What do you predict about the sign of the sum, and explain? Remember, a prediction is like you're making a guess based on what you heard. And also do 3, 4, 5, and 6 by using counters. I know that you don't have counters at home, so what you can do is draw red circles to represent your negative integer, and then yellow circles to represent your positive integers. If you don't have colors, then you can draw your circle and put the negative sign to represent your negative integer, and then a circle with the positive sign to represent your positive integer. Okay, now we are going to find the sum by using subtraction. We are going to subtract the integers to be able to find the sum. Although it might sound a little contradicting, it will all make sense at the end. Let me show you how. First, we have negative 11 plus 6, right? The first thing is we are going to use subtraction. So we are going to change this sign and we are going to change it for a subtraction sign. Then we are going to find the absolute value of both numbers, right? And we are going to find the difference that way. So the absolute value of 11 is 11 minus 6. That gives me 5. So I used absolute value to find the difference of those two numbers. The next thing to do is to look at the greater absolute value. So 11 has a greater absolute value than 6. Therefore, we are going to use the sign that comes with the integer 11, and that is a negative sign. Therefore, our answer has to have a negative sign. Keep in mind, though, that negative 11 has a lesser value than positive 6. But in this example, we are talking about the lesser absolute value. We're talking about the absolute value. So remember the distance, the one that has the most number of units when you're jumping on the number line. So because the 11 has more jumps on the number line, then we have to keep that sign on our answer. Okay, let me try that again with the next problem. Oops. And now we are going to look at the next example. Remember, we are using subtraction to find the sum. Remember, subtraction is like you're taking away, minus, and all of that. So I have negative 37, and they want me to add 37 more. With the strategy that we're using right now, the first step is to find the absolute value of both numbers. So I gotta find the absolute value of negative 37, and the absolute value of positive 37. Well, I know the absolute value of 37 is 37, and the absolute value of the positive 37 is also 37. It's just the distance, remember? Okay. However, for this strategy, I am changing the sign to subtraction because that is the strategy that I'm using. So the absolute value 37 minus the absolute value 37 gives me 0. And in this case, 0 doesn't have a positive or a negative value, so we don't have to add that sign in front of it. Okay, so it's your turn. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and you are going to do all of these ones on your own. First, they want you to use a number line to do number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Then I want you to find the sum by finding 0 pairs. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And finally, finding the sum by using subtraction. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And the essential question. Describe how to find the sums negative 4 plus 2 and negative 4 plus negative 2 on a number line. So first, you have to find this one on a number line, and then you find this one on another number line, and describe how you would find those, okay? So that's it for today. We are going to continue with it on Thursday when we see each other again. And remember that if you need me, send me a message on Schoology. And if I'm not on a meeting, then I will answer right away. Again, you can replay this video as many times as you want. Pause it at any time. So if you're on the guided practice and you don't remember, for example, how to use subtraction, then go back on the video and watch that again. But again, if you need to contact me, you send me a message on Schoology and I'll make sure to get back to you. All right, thank you. I'll see you